bird sanctuary is coming along, but it's we've got some work to do. So very recently, everything changed. And this was a change I was looking forward to for like 3 or 4 years, and it finally happened. I have a whole video that I've written that I'm getting ready to shoot about how to make videos and the creative process, and specifically what gear you need. And the emphasis, the sort of through line through the video is you don't really need gear. You don't really need specialized gear. But if you're gonna get it, here's the order in which I would level up my gear. And like so many things, after I write them, I come across new information, I grow, I change, I learn, I evolve. And I found one little thing that has made the biggest difference, and I wasn't expecting it to be this powerful. I have been a Sony user for a while. I switched from Canon to Sony, and Sony has provided innovations that have enabled me to do what I do at the price point that makes it really, really reasonable for a small creator to go out and be a video producer. See, that was it right there. I was able to chase the sun. And over the past 3 years of being a Sony user, my professional video game has leveled up. I have done more awesome work for more people, and I have been absolutely empowered by the cameras that I've been using. But that power wasn't without compromise, and there was one little thing that I never thought would be that big of a deal, but it was. The Sony a7Iii that was my main camera and the Sony a7S II that was my other main camera for a long time did not have articulating screens. That's it. The screens didn't flip out to the side, and that was the only real drawback, which as a professional, I didn't really need, or so I thought. When it comes to shooting an interview, shooting B-roll, working on location at a client, the Sony a7Iii and a7S II were incredible cameras. And now that I've upgraded to the Sony a7S III, not only do I have increased frame rate options and better resolution and color depth and bit rate, but I've got this articulating screen over here. And if you look back on my YouTube channel, my vlogs and things like that, a lot of them sort of stopped around 2017, 2018. And I didn't really realize it, but the Canon 80D that I used for a long time as my B cam had the articulating screen on the side, and so it was easy to vlog with it. And it almost seems like vanity to be able to see yourself the whole time, but to frame yourself up is one thing, and to constantly monitor your exposure is another thing. And my setup before having an articulating screen again had been, if I wanted to go vlog, if I wanted to go someplace sort of on location, out and about, where I would change where I am from shot to shot like this, like this, like this, that meant that I needed a monitor. I needed to be able to see as the sun rises and falls and disappears behind a cloud, what is happening? Am I too bright? Am I too dark? And even if you frame it up and then you step back in front, is the focus drifting? Is something happening that is making the shot unusable later, and how much time are you wasting? And so I would have to put an external monitor on top of my camera, and that meant I would need a bracket and a cable and an extra battery, which weighed more, which meant I needed a different tripod or grip setup, and it just then I needed to mount a microphone on the side of it, and it became large and awkward and unruly, and not impossible, but that's the thing right there, and that's everything right there. It's still possible with all that stuff and building out that rig, but it's so much easier if it's just built in. And with that ease becomes a reduction of friction between creating and not creating. And for me, with the life I have right now, and with being a father and running my company and in a pandemic and doing the best I can, having to set up all that extra stuff to be able to shoot something isn't always worth it. And so yes, with this tiny addition of an articulating screen, opportunity just opened up like it hasn't been in 3 years. And yes, I get that Canon has been here for a while, but there were so many compromises for a professional filmmaker to using the Canon mirrorless cameras, be it price or features that they neuter with the crop factor and things like that. Historically, before. I know everything's changing now, but I'm excited to once again have the freedom to go out and do things without being limited by having to have a cumbersome setup to make sure I'm getting a decent shot. So are there other cameras, cheaper cameras, that do very similar things to the a7S III? Yes, but they don't do all the things that the a7S III does. And this is one camera that can do all of my professional recording and up my vlog game to where it used to be, where it's fun, where there's options without it being cumbersome, all for one device for one price. And that to me is pretty exciting. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Everything changed once again. Hey, Elliot. See you later. Bye.